Welcome to Gray Overload. I'm Anthony, and it's going to be, hopefully, a great second half of the year. We have some new GPUs to look forward to, yet we don't know the prices or really what all the specs are going to be, but there's been a lot of rumors flying around. And with the GPU issues that have been in the last year of insanely high prices and low stocks, we were hoping that Intel was going to come through and provide us with a little bit of relief, and we're still waiting, right? Intel had announced at CES at Q1 they would have those GPUs out, and we're still waiting. We're in Q2 now. But more of my thoughts is once Intel maybe starts releasing GPUs or gets closer and catching up, I think they're still out of the race. Now, we can pay a little bit of attention to what Intel might do, but we really need to see more from Intel before we can really, jump on board of what they have. I was actually kind of disappointed. I was really hoping to maybe get my hands on an Intel GPU for the build that I did for my kids, just to try to test it out, see how well it performed. But at this point, Nvidia and AMD might have out their next generation by the time Intel gets out with them. Now, Intel will probably still be able to sell them as long as they get the price correct, right? If you, let's say the next gen are super expensive from Nvidia and AMD, you lower the prices, you're going to sell the GPUs. I do hope though that Nvidia and AMD with this next generation do come in at a more respectable price point for a generational leap. So like your 70 or your 60 series class cards, your 6X, your 7X, even I believe that the 8 and the 9s are just going to be outrageously expensive. As much as I don't like that, that's where I feel like it's going, and I'd like to see that come down, right? But if AMD is going multi-chip design, if Nvidia is making just this a massive GPU, there's probably a lot of other stuff that they want to get out of that and make it their Halo product, which they're going to charge a lot for, to try to make sure that when people buy it, hey, I'm buying the Halo product, right? I'm buying the best product that's out there from respective companies. Performance-wise, I do expect Nvidia to try to beat AMD at all costs. Now, we'll see where that is because AMD's rumored to have a beast of a product. But if you know one thing, Nvidia doesn't like to lose, and they want to control the narrative and the market. And one way Nvidia does that is by having the best product. So Nvidia has the best product, they can control every single individual level on after that because they get the name recognition and everything else. If AMD comes out and crushes, Nvidia has another like 10% on top of their top GPU, that's going to get interesting. And don't be surprised if Nvidia tries to even put even more power through a GPU and get in there. Now, I have not been one for using a lot of power in a GPU. I have a Vega 64, right? I can't talk, right? I can get that thing to use a lot of freaking power. But I think a talking point will be power in this next generation. If Nvidia is going to push through the roof and AMD doesn't, that will be a talking point. However, AMD does then have the option to actually push the power to the same limits that Nvidia has. As soon as Nvidia kind of does something in the market, let's say push the power limit up over the top, right? Let's say they go 4, 5, 600 watts. That's a lot of power. That's a space heater, right? Um, so hopefully you're in a cool place when you're playing games, if this is the case. But you have that opportunity then to really, AMD does, to push that up so that they have that better opportunity. Now, I will say this: you have some case or manufacturers, pre-built manufacturers that do these smaller case designs that with not great airflow. I know Gamers Nexus just did the Alienware. They looked at the Alienware 5000 build, and it was pretty pitiful. I can only imagine how much of those are going to be heater boxes going forward. If you haven't seen those videos with the Alienware, R13, definitely go check them out at Gamers Nexus. They were uh, pretty fun to watch. I mean, fun as in as long as you don't have one of those machines, you're laughing at it. But it's not something Dell should sell at all, or Alienware. And um, these products, though, from AMD and Intel, I'm quite excited about. Right? It's been a while and I always like new technology. So new technology comes out, I'm excited. And now pricing and availability makes me, enthusiastic about it because I can actually, get the product if I have the money. But I really hope that I kind of see that these products to taking a next step up where we'll see. Well, I'm going to wait and see to make my final evaluation on if the products are going to be a something I'm glad I didn't get the 6000 series for. If they price them out of my range, I'm just going to say, okay, who cares, right there. I'll get a prior generation, the 3 or the 6000 series. But if the 4000 or the rumored to be 4000 and rumored to be 7000 series are that next step up with a good price um, to performance ratio for the price I want to pay, which is around $500. I could maybe go a little bit higher, but I really don't want to. If that price for performance is a nice jump, there is that benefit there. Now I do say I would like to have a MCM design GPU. It's even though Nvidia is rumored to just have this chip that is just a power plant, right? You need a power plant to power it, just a massive chip, which is a technology feat. But if AMD is getting MCM for gaming, that's also a huge technology feat. Getting all those GPUs to communicate properly and display out, that's something that I'm actually more interested in. So we'll see how all this goes and how a lot of things move going forward. And I'm kind of excited about all this stuff in the technology in the second half of the year. We have, Intel's supposed to be coming out with some of their CPUs, AMD as well. And this kind of cadence and competition is really bowing well for gamers and computer enthusiasts out there. And I think that we are able to, hopefully get some costs being driven down so that we can have products being driven in the hands of consumers that want to get into that, gaming or being a computer enthusiast, even doing video creation, whatever else, that they have those opportunities. Because when you're sold out of stuff and you have a bear market like it was last year, it really deters everyone from that market where consoles are more, you know, intriguing because they're available. There's something you can get and off and running. And I don't like anyone kind of being shunned out of a market just because of price or availability. I kind of like to see a market grow and people that are, because I was a young kid with not much money at one point, and I like to see them kind of, when they want to build their own computer or start, buying a pre-built, that they have that opportunity and they're not just like, oh, I can't afford it, so now what do I do? Because if you're going to build your computer, it isn't a learning experience. You can learn stuff from that, which I think is a huge benefit to a lot of these. And this next cycle of GPUs, especially going back and forth with the performance that is rumored to be out there, could be very interesting. I'm very interested to see how AMD is prepping against Nvidia, because they're masters at marketing. They are masters at marketing. They know how to market. And AMD came out with FSR2 before the launch of RDNA 3 GPUs, kind of saying, hey, let's get some games out there. So, unlike DLSS, which they were the only ones in the market here for that same upscaling technology, the FSR2, that'll be there, but it'll already be in games before those GPUs are out so that you have a better playing field, when you're reviewing these cards and getting those data points out there in those reviews for people to know what to buy. So let me know what your thoughts are and what you're excited about these next generation GPUs. I know I didn't mention too much about Intel, but they got to come out with something. I come on. There's we want to put the cards in our desktop. We'll see. So they have Intel has like what Battle Mage, I believe, coming down the pipe, but that still could be what, a year out. I you know, at some Intel does have a lot of money they're spending on R&D, but at some point you kind of you got to catch up here, Intel. And I know you're trying, but you're pushing the green giant that will try to crush you at every level. So let me know what what you're hoping for in the next GPUs, which GPU you're looking forward to seeing, most excited about, in the comments below. I want to thank you guys for supporting the channel. I do hope to be getting out more videos here. I ripped apart my bathroom down here to fix it up. It was in much need of help, so I'm putting that together, and once I get that, at least back in working order, I will be hopefully back to doing 2 videos a week for you guys, and getting that testing done of the wireless router, getting the purple review, Firewire purple review done. I also need to do a review of the this Eve Spectrum monitor. I really wish I had a better graphics card to test it out, and stuff like that. So I do have a lot of things that I want to get done, but I need the bathroom fixed first. So with that, thank you guys for supporting the channel. Thank you for helping support Wherever Alone. And until next time, God bless, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.